I do not believe in the no-win scenario. Thank you for pushing play on the latest episode of the ScottyDontX podcast. Today is episode 10, and I found some old pictures. So, the 80s, right? Back when film cameras and printing pictures was normal. So, hair was bigger, jeans were tighter, and music videos told us stories didn't make any sense. Loved them anyway. MTV was music television, not rehashed and grounded in nothing reality shows. It's a different world back then. And we did things that would get us grounded, arrested, or just plain laughed at today because our friends and family witnessed the stupidity in real time. Not like today with people live streaming video or posting the video and pictures on the internet for likes, and in way too many cases, getting arrested for making everyone witness the stupidity. Okay, so remember the station wagons with the rear facing seats? How many people remember bouncing around in the back of that with no seatbelt? That's a bit before my time, but loading kids in the back of the pickup truck was just fine. If a parent was wonderful enough to call a Dairy Queen run, gosh darn right, you piled in the back of that truck because you wanted to go. So, if you were lucky enough to get to the mall, your parents gave you a quarter and told you, go ahead and call if you need anything. Because there were payphones available, and usually a bank of 4 to 8 of them. Now, kids would say, on the ask to call voice, you buy me the new iFruit 17 with 5-dimensional cameras and built-in AI Instagram filters, and maybe I'll call you. They'll text you every hour so that you, as a helicopter parent, won't send out a search party. But voice calls, nah, that's not happening. And nice thing about payphones is you could call home or you could prank some random number and have a conversation with someone. And maybe you make a new friend, maybe you make a new enemy. But 25 cents was the going rate for phone calls as well as video games. So pick your entertainment. Or if you were super dork, like I was at Covington Junior High, and you'd seen the movie War Games, but you didn't have a computer, you might be making reservations on Pan Am Airlines to go to Paris. Yeah. Oh, reservations just said you wanted to spawn on it. Didn't need to pull out money and pay for it. What a dork. And how about we could go outside for the whole day if we weren't told to go outside for the whole day? No one freaked out. Dawn, sun up to sundown with the instructions. Come home when the street lights turn on. So we were always looking for that one street light with the broken bulb that only played out once. And then you got a physical collision with your butt, usually by hand, maybe by a piece of wood. So you'd come home in dirt, scrapes, possibly a bee sting. Those are the marks of a good day, kiddo. Nowadays, yeah, you got your hand sanitizer, and who wants to get dirty while they're toting their iPhone 13 or X or whatever it is? I'm an Android person, and they're wanting to maybe do pranks, uh, acting like they're keying the car or peeing on tires with a water bottle. Yeah, that's just annoying. That's not good dirt covered fun. Jumping bikes, breaking your front tooth out. So remember the drinking? No, the other drinking. We had Tang and we had Kool-Aid and, you know, sugary water in neon colors. Our cereal, if we got the fancy dancy kind, was health food because it said fortified on the box, but it turned your milk into maybe a rainbow at first and moved it towards this gray milk flavored, barely fruit flavored sludge. So, back on the music, people had cassette tapes. If you wanted your music for free, there was no playing Instagram clips to listen to portions of it. You had a cassette. You you tape from the radio if you wanted it for free. And if you bought cassettes, you could buy album length or cassette singles. And if you wanted to go back on a song you just heard, you'd rewind, guessing where you'd come out, and it was audio roulette. Also, heaven forbid your tape got caught in there when you pulled it out, and you'd pull out the rest of it, and then it would be time for your pencil-based repairs, winding that tape back in there. So, all right, let's take a look at fashion. There was lots of neon everything. There were parachute pants back when breakdancing made the mainstream, yet was not an Olympic event. Come to think of it, it's no longer an Olympic event, so we saw how well that worked. I mean, if you were to step directly from the 80s to nowadays, you'd be looking like some kind of alien invasion laser tag gone wrong, except for the ripped jeans. Those are making a comeback, which, gee, we'd have those to hand me down. They were already ripped and got thrown out. I know that one of the memories, and it's only stuck in there from 80s TV, was Bill Cosby to his daughter who was getting ripped pants. It says, "What happened to your pants?" And he was a little bit kerfluffled that she said she paid extra to have them distressed and ripped. Well, speaking about 80s to today, guess what? Bill Cosby's no longer in the running rather, for Father of the Year. Things change. The only constant is change. And, well, we've changed your life. You made it to the end of the podcast. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you to those who are listening. I even got a Facebook comment from somebody who knew me as a little kid and said, "I'd know that voice anywhere," which is a good thing because my name wasn't ScottyDontX when I was running around. If there was a Scotty Don't, it was Scotty, don't do that. Or Scotty, stop it. You'll hurt yourself. Yeah, I've collected a few bumps, bruises, broken arms from back in the day. But it's nice to know that people from way, way back are listening. Thank you very much. Nice, wonderful neighbor lady whose name I'm not going to give out because, well, then they might be recruited for all of the other podcasts. And on that note, we pull the ripcord.
I do not believe in an open scenario.